Hello, everybody. It's Slushy, and today we're gonna be talking about a personal favorite film of mine, and that's Slenderman 2018. So you might be wondering, why the hell is this film one of my favorites? And I'm not gonna say it's like top 10, top 20, hell, even top 30. It's just one of the films that I enjoy putting on to watch. It's a solid PG-13 horror film. I think. Many people say it's garbage, it's hot trash, garbage, hot garbage, whatever the hell you want to say. I don't know. I just kept running in a circle there with those words. Um, People always say it's bad, and I can understand where they're coming from because it's definitely rough around the edges. You could definitely tell it's not a complete film due to what happened with the stabbing in real life. They had to cut out a lot due to lawsuits. Like basically anything violent was gone. I mean, there's a scene in the trailer, the original trailer, like in 2017 or whenever it came out. A girl stabbed herself in the eye in class. Very horrific. I can imagine that was a terrifying scene. Obviously, under the influence of Slenderman, and what we got in the film instead was that girl in specific not showing up to class. Everyone kind of noticing, hey, that's kind of weird. She's not here. I wonder what the hell's going on. They go to her house, and she's just kind of acting weird, just waltzing around the house like she's sleepwalking. And yeah, that sucks. I don't know how to describe it more than that. It sucked. Quite frankly, it looked really stupid, but it makes sense why they had to do that. I mean, it's because of the parents who were mad about the fact that they included stuff based around a school and a girl stabbing. Even though it wasn't a girl stabbing another girl, it was a girl stabbing herself, committing basically self inflicted wounds and potential death. Which I don't believe it would have killed her. I mean, it would have been a lot of blood loss, but a stab to the eye would just take your eye out. Unless you just kept on going and going, stabbing the crap out of yourself with it. But and then there was a scene where a boy jumps off the roof, or basically he just falls off. He just kind of like teeters off the roof like a sack of potatoes, just boom. And they cut that out of the film. And I really don't get that one. That's the one that really blows my mind because it's not really anything particularly crazy that we haven't seen in a film before. But they cut that out. So that's two scenes already that would have made the film a lot more interesting. It would have made a couple of plot holes no longer be plot holes. It would have been filled in. It would have made perfect sense why a character disappears, versus in the film that we got, and it's like, oh, hey, a character's gone. That character's gone. What? I really wish they, even though I know they had to cut that stuff out because of the lawsuit, I wish they would have found a more compelling way or reason to have that stuff missing instead of just being like, yeah, you know what, they're just gone. And then shrug your shoulders and just be like, okay, the viewer's supposed to understand why they're gone. They're just gone because we need them to be gone. Just come to terms with it. I will not come to terms with it. And then, of course, you have the character who's talking to the main character. I can't even remember their names. I gotta be honest. It's been a while since I watched the film. This has just been super fresh in my mind for some reason. Like the other day, I was at work, and for some reason the movie just came into my head, and I was like, wow, that was a good film. I need to rewatch that. And here I am talking about it. I haven't even rewatched it, but it's just so fresh in my mind. I want to talk about it. And this isn't in conjunction with what's going on, like with the real life murderer or stabber, or I don't know what you want to call her. I don't believe she actually killed anybody. I think she stabbed a girl, and I think the girl lived. I can't remember. I would have to look it up, but I know she's not like in prison or nothing, and she's not in like a mental facility. She's literally just in a group home, and she broke away from a group home, and they were on like a hunt to find her. Finally found her, put her back in the home, I think. So I don't know what's all going on with that. I don't believe she killed anybody. I feel like if she killed somebody, she'd probably be locked up in prison forever, especially because she definitely was quite insane. Anybody that believes a character that's fictional is real, like me walking around like, oh my God, Freddy Fazbear, he's real. He's coming to get me. Oh, Freddy Fazbear told me to do this. He told me to go rob Commerce Bank or something, like what the hell's wrong with you mentally to believe a fictional character of any kind is like telling you to do something? Like there's something really wrong up here if that's what you believe. Um, but anyways, I got way off topic, but there's a character that the main character is talking to, and I think the reason why she's completely cut out of the movie, aside from being on text messages and stuff, and I don't even think she's really featured too heavily on that, but in the original trailer, you see her heavily featured, where she's drawing on walls, doing crazy shit, drawing stuff like he's coming and stuff, typical Slenderman words. And then you see her towards the end of the trailer, you see her walking out of the woods, and it kind of just pans down, basically trying to infer she's holding a knife. They don't show it, but it's trying to infer she came out of the woods holding a knife. And I'm really just baffled. I really don't know what this film would have been like had it kept all the scenes. I really think people would have had a lot more of appreciation for it had it been that way. Like, I understand why they cut that, especially that part out. Like, come on, that's literally almost identical to what happened in real life. I mean, like I said, I don't know if you can really say that the writers were trying to use the real life stabbing for their film, or if it was just a crazy coincidence that they had a crazy character that also was out in the woods doing something with a knife. Like, who knows? Who can really say? Like, we're not in the headspace of the writers. I mean, I feel like the obvious thing that people would jump to would be like, obviously, it's Slender Man. There was a Slender Man stabbing in real life. This movie's about Slender Man, and the girl's coming out of the woods with a knife, or inferred to be a knife. I mean, who knows? She might not have even had anything. Could have been a bait and switch thing. I mean, I think it's clear she had a knife or some kind of tool, but she's looking pretty disheveled. I don't know, though. It's all speculation. I really hope, like, there's some way that we can get some of those deleted scenes to kind of piece things together to be like, hey, this is what could have been. Even as it is, though, the Slenderman film, I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be. That's why this video is a complete in defense of Slenderman 2018, because I really don't think, even at its basic, what it is right now, I don't think it's that bad of a film. I mean, I feel like there's a million other films that are way worse. Like, I've seen so many films that I just watch, and I'm like, God, why am I doing this? Like, legitimately, why am I doing this? I mean, there's literally a movie called Killer Sofa about a couch that kills people. Like, I don't think you can get dumber than that. Like, I really don't think it's possible to get dumber than a freaking couch hopping around killing people. There's just nothing worse. So, I mean, in a world of movies like that, I don't think you can Conslender. I literally said Conslender. It's the influence. Oh my God, Slenderman, he's telling me to say things. Oh God. Is it because I denounced you? Is it because I said you're fake? You're a fictional character? Well, tough nugs. You're still a freaking fictional character. I don't care if you sneak. Oh my God, there he is. No, but in all seriousness, I really do think this film is fantastic. I really hope people give it another chance based on this video. I mean, if you still wind up hating it, hey, that's fine. At least you gave it another shot. I hope this video at least compels you to give it another shot, and just watch it as just a PG-13 film. Just a popcorn film. You just sit back and you just watch it. Don't put too much thought into it. I still found it to be a rather emotional film, despite the fact that it is very bare bones in the storytelling because of all the cuts they had to make. I still felt that they were somehow able to tell a still compelling story about this girl saving her sister from the grasps of Slenderman. I mean, and truthfully, the story of Slenderman's not that complex anyways. It's just about a guy or an entity that has some kind of control over people using his mind and / influence to make people do things and to lead people places that they don't want to go. And it's that simple. You make any kind of film into that. I mean, the Marble Hornets did a really good job. The Marble Hornets film, I think it's called Always Watching. That movie's amazing. And I think Slenderman 2018 is pretty damn good. It's not as good as Always Watching, but it's still a pretty damn good film. And I hope people go and watch it as a result of this video here. Otherwise, I was just sitting here, rambling for absolutely no reason. I hope at least one person, or a half a person, goes and watches Slenderman. And they're like, hey, you know what? I don't feel like jumping off a bridge after watching this. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. And if you say it's bad, you might wind up where I'm at, right here in the woods. Unless this is a poorly transitioned green screen effect, and it's pretty obvious I'm not in the woods. At which point, God damn it! Just in the goddamn video, Slenderman rocks. I don't care what people say. See you in the next one. Bye bye.